Good morning. It is day 9 today. We are in Ponta Delgada, and this is my current view. Just mostly up here, but you can see the island a little bit over there. Very, very pretty. It is about almost 8 a.m. right now, and I need to head to Cabanas to get like a very quick bite to eat before I have to meet the Walt Disney Theater at by 8:20. So I gotta go.
Welcome to Walt Disney Theatre. So for those who have heard me around I'm just going to go through everything again for our new friends who's entered.
So, and depending where we are, we can have a totally different microclimates. So don't be too positive or too negative related to the weather. If you look on your right hand side, you have actually a mountain which is the outside part of the fire volcano where the fire lake is inside. At this moment, well, I would say visibility is like 50% of chances, but because we're gonna do something first, let's see how when we get there, which will be the last stop before coming back to the cruise terminal. As we are quite unknown still, well, among cruise ships journeys, this is a kind of reposition stop for crossing the Atlantic. But more and more we are having cruise ships companies that they only come to visit the Azores. So normally it's about 10-12 days to visit 9 islands. And the architecture you're mostly gonna see in this city is they use, of course, lava rock because it's the most common rock on the island. This is a volcanic island, as I told you before, and contrast of colors is mostly white and the black of the stone. The white is mostly because we are 95% Roman Catholic, and white color is the official color of purity. So in a way, a religious way of speaking. So 95% Catholic. That's the place we have in the all Portugal. We have more churches per square mile or kilometer. Most of the supermarkets and even souvenir shops close by the cruise terminal, they sell the local cheeses. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about this further. If you notice the sidewalk on both sides, it's what we call calçada portuguesa, or the Portuguese sidewalk. The white color contrasting the black stones. The white stone, it is limestone from the mainland Portugal. It was many years ago when we were exporting cereals to the mainland Portugal to supply. The boat, instead of coming empty to the Azores, we loaded with limestone, the white one, from mainland Portugal to the Azores to balance the ship, but also for ornamental purposes. Every place, every city in Portugal, even old Portuguese colonies like Brazil, you find the same kind of sidewalk. The black stone instead, that was not need to come from somewhere else. It is local. Is result of lava flows, basalt. This is actually one of the most expensive cities to buy houses or apartments in all Portugal, including the mainland. I always prefer to put it this way. 6 or 7 years ago, one of the apartments, like this on the right side for instance, with 2 bedrooms, was maximum 150,000 euros. And they are not exactly brand new. Today the same apartment there is 400,000 euros. It's especially expensive to locals because the Portuguese minimum wage, it is one of the lowest in all Europe. So we got something like 900 euros per month which is something like 930 US dollars per month. And also, being this a volcanic island, result of volcanic eruptions, the soil is tremendous rich in minerals, so very fertile. On the right side, they did prepare already for corn production, for cattle consumption, for silage production. The dry stone walls on both sides to divide fields, to be windbreaks to protect the crops against the winds, the salt from the ocean. Although the main source of income is dairy farming, we also produce a little bit of everything related to vegetables, greens and fruits. So there's important to have windbreaks, in that case dry stone walls, to protect the crops. So 15th century, when the Portuguese from the mainland came here, 1427, there was nobody and nothing was here except very thick vegetation. The endemic vegetation forest is laurisilva, because the most abundant plant species is the laurel tree, or the Azorian bay leaf. Portuguese, they started to cut down the trees for agriculture, and they noticed spread on the fields there was a lot of lava stone, the same you find on both sides. So they needed to clear the fields, taking away the stone from the fields, and they started to pile one by one. Some of the stones you have, dry stone walls you find, they have the same age when the settlers came here, so more than 500 years. On your left hand side, you're going to see very soon a tower that is in ruins. That was used when we were oranges producers till the 19th century. It was a kind of lookout point, is directed towards the container port. It was a way to check the ships coming either from England and Germany, and the purpose was to warn the employees to harvest oranges and to sell as much fresh and good quality was possible. Okay, everybody, we are arriving on the pineapple plantation. 2 years to grow one single pineapple. One plant, one fruit. This is a variety that is originally from Venezuela, smooth cayenne. What is the difference from outside? The fruit. The appearance of the fruit of this variety, when it's ripe, is not green. He is yellowish orange color. So reproduction after 2 years, the fruit can be 2 pounds, 4 pounds, depending on the season is harvest, because we replant in all months of the year. We harvest year round. One rhizome like this can grow up to 5 plants. Stay 6 months on the nursery to develop the plant, growing the plant, and after it's going to be replanted carefully with roots. They're going to replant in one of the other greenhouses, and before replanting they're going to mix 2 organic matter types. Sawdust to improve the structure of the soil. The soil is going to be more edible and is going to retain water for more time. And we introduce a lot of leaves from different exotic plant species to provide nutrients. This is organic production. No fertilizers, synthetic fertilizers, pesticides or herbicides are used. Layer by layer, we're gonna have compost process, which is gonna help warm up the indoor, the greenhouses. Is the smoking operation. We put inside on the greenhouses in the lava stone pad, which each greenhouse has one, metal cans with organic matter inside, normally dry banana leaves. We set fire to create smoke. The smoke provides CO2 and also provides an hormone called ethylene. The ethylene is going to help on the ripening process. If we don't do the smoking operation, instead of 2 years, it's going to take 5 years to harvest one pineapple. And it's not going to be homogeneously weighed. What is the difference between this process and anywhere else? Everything is different. They grow in open fields. They use mostly they use chemicals like pesticides, herbicides. Sometimes the plantation are so big they use planes to spray chemicals. They don't do the smoking stage. They don't use greenhouses. Yes, it's totally different. And the pineapples, they have naturally a substance called bromelain, which is an anti-inflammatory. The method of production in these islands allows higher levels of bromelain, so it's extra anti-inflammatory.
This is the like water area where it all collects down.
Whoever you're with, and go ahead, come on.
Look at this beautiful statue. So they gave us like a sample, so like I think like I don't know, maybe a third of a shot of this like pineapple liquor, and I'm gonna try it. Wow, that's not bad. That's definitely not bad. That's liquor. You can tell it's liquor, but it's not bad.
So this island is quite narrow. You're gonna notice now we are on the way to the north, and it's gonna be a very short drive. 6 miles is the minimum width of the island, and 45 miles long. Well, if you look on the left side, the mountain under the clouds, the hot steam comes up to the surface and is used for 3 main things on this island. Producing electricity, so we have a geothermal power plant. Volcanoes, that is not a matter of if, it's a matter of when the next eruption. We don't have volcanic eruptions since 1998 was the last time we had. But every day we have volcano activity manifestation, but not eruptions. So the steam coming out from the ground, the hot springs I told you, is a result of volcano activity. This is where we have big waves. Not today actually, but normally it's quite rough ocean conditions and big waves for surf. It's known as the European Hawaii, and we have black sand beach around. Among many, we have the Santa Barbara black sand beach. This city ahead of us was destroyed by the last volcanic eruption from the fire volcano, which is the big mountain on the right. It's actually a volcano. So 1563 with lava flows.
It's the city hall. You can see with the bell tower there. We're in like the second biggest city, I think. It's a town called like Ribeira. Not Grande. I can't remember. It means the big street. But I got me a coffee and a pastry. The coffee is really good. It's a caramel latte. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. It's good. This is a beautiful church. Absolutely stunning. And there's a statue. That's the name of the city, Grande. It's so beautiful. This island is so gorgeous. Look at this gazebo over here. Just look at this city, man. It's amazing. A beautiful church. I think this church is gorgeous. You have the ocean over there. Guys, it's so pretty here. Like, look at that. Look at that view. Oh my god, it is stunning. It's so beautiful here. This is the pastry I got. As you can see, I'm struggling to hold everything.
And another thing that is the reason that many people speak English, it's because most of Azorians are not in the Azores, are in US. Actually, we are 240,000 on the 9 islands, but we are over 1 million in US. Mostly in New England, so the east coast of United States, Massachusetts especially, and also on the west coast. That is why we have direct flights from California to the Azores from Auckland Airport, and we have a daily flight from Boston on the East Coast to this island, operated by Azores Airline, which is the local airline company. We started to go to US in the end of 18th century because of the whaling activity. Till Industrial Revolution, it was the whale oil that could fill the lamps of the streets, turn on engines, cosmetic. So from New Bedford, Nantucket Islands, Martha's Vineyards in US, whaling companies, they used to leave on the way to the mid of Atlantic Ocean to capture whales. The whales were transformed on board because there was factories to melt the blubber of the animal in oil transformation, which was after for selling to European countries. From America to Europe, Azores are exactly in the middle. We are something like 2,000 miles from Boston and 900 miles from Lisbon. So this was a stopover by whaling companies to rest, to wait that the storm could go away, to repair boats, for provision, but more importantly, this was a stop for recruiting people, recruiting Azorians. And if you were working for 4 years as a whale hunter to the East Coast whaling companies, we could have the right to live and work legally in US. So this was actually our first wave of immigration, end of 18th and throughout 19th century. The second wave of immigration is related to a natural disaster. An island called Fayal had a volcanic eruption. Lava was responsible for houses and fields destruction. Nobody died, fortunately, but people, they lost their houses and their fields. Once again, they had the need to find a new place to provide to their families, and was again to the United States. It was pointless to go to mainland Portugal because at that time we were under dictatorship and poverty was hitting us quite a lot. It was signed an agreement between Portugal and US, the Azorian Refugee Act, that could allow families from the island that had the eruption in 1957 could have a visa to work and live legally in US. Somebody that was very important for this agreement was signed was John F. Kennedy, not as president but as senator. He was from Massachusetts, where mostly Azorian communities was already installed, and he was somebody very close to Azorians, and he had sympathy for the cause, so he wanted to help the Azorians to find better solutions after the eruption. To give an idea, the island that had the eruption had 30,000, but after 15,000. So 50% of the population went to US. The same agreement was extended to the other 8 islands till the 80s of the last century, and that was responsible for 30% of the population lost. There was a time we were almost 500,000, but today we are no more than 240,000 people. On the left is also part of the geothermal power plant. Next years we're gonna dig more wells to capture more steam to produce more electricity. So this way we'll be even more less dependable of fossil fuels. They are extracting what we call volcanic tuff. It's compaction of 2 materials, volcano ashes and pumice stone.
All the steps that are around. Okay, but that first step we when I find over the you don't get the depth of that with the tree.
You don't. I wish I could. There's the waterfall.
I guess he's taking it.
Wonderful.
Oh, okay. Okay. Get on your belly. Get on your belly.
So here it's where we find most of our endemic vegetation. So the same kind of plants that were seen by the first settlers that came from the mainland Portugal. Please don't overreact, it's just a water reservoir.
Oh, wow.
And you can see beyond the volcano, the ocean, the south part of the island.
I can see the resemblance.
Yeah, you could drive by Newfoundland, just like that, all the time, mountains and lakes. And Switzerland.
Yeah, this does remind me of Switzerland.
Beautiful.
Mom doesn't want her back to get beauty in the picture.
If you look behind the volcano, you see the ocean. There's fishes inside, including rainbow trouts. And rainbow trout is the best bioindicator of water quality because trouts, they don't survive in polluted waters. So this is a result of a collapse. Before, actually, this was probably the highest point of all Portugal, with more than 9,000 feet from the sea level.
Wow.
But because lava coming out from the magma chamber left the volcano and created a void. So nothing could support, and little by little the volcano fell inside of itself. Crater is everything like this, but up to 1.6 miles diameter. When it's more than 1.6 diameter, it's a volcano caldera. The caldera is a Portuguese and Spanish word to refer basically a big crater. I think everybody will be able to see the Disney cruise ship. And you can see on the left side the south coast, and on the right side of the island the north coast is the most narrow part of the island with just 6 miles. Nice perspective. Till 50,000 years ago there was 2 islands, São Miguel Island, and this was the end of São Miguel Island. On the west side you don't see that much because of the clouds, but there is another volcano which was an island itself. And this lower part on the left, this platform, result of many submarine volcanic eruptions, little by little attach 2 islands in one. There's a US Air Force base, the Lajes Fields.
Look, there's Minnie over there, and she's in a special costume, like one of the, I can't remember what it's called, but like one of her special costumes she only has on sometimes. Okay. It's been a moment. It's been a moment. I came back to my room like at 1 p.m. because I got back from 1 p.m. and I started filming my thoughts about everything, and I ran out of storage. I forgot that if you film in 4K 60 frames a second, that it eats up your storage. I knew that. I knew it would. But I bought iCloud storage before this trip. And I was like, I'll be fine. I have enough storage, whatever. Forgetting the fact that when I don't have Wi-Fi and I don't have data, that I can't back things up to iCloud. So all is still in my phone storage. I forgot all about that. So my phone just maxed out. So you're going to see the quality decrease because I went from 4K to 1080. And, might I add, I tried 30. It sucks. You cannot do 30 frames a second. That's, you cannot. You have to at least do 60. So this is 1080p, 60 frames a second. I'm so sorry it's only HD. I'm sorry, but I have to do what I have to do. I did enable the AT&T International Day Plan this morning because I'm in Portugal, and I did, when I got back, I went out, I started backing up my phone. I backed it up, and I didn't realize, and I actually didn't know, that iCloud Photos is not a part of iCloud Backup, so you have to do them separately. And for some reason, it was not letting me sync my iCloud Photos. So I did my backup. It took like maybe, I don't know, 40 minutes or whatever. And then I started the photos. Photos didn't come back up. They said no. We're lazy. We don't want to work. It seems they don't want us to work these days. That's what they did. And so I have like 600 items, photos and videos, like all together, just 600 items that need to be backed up. And so been able to scramble together 20 gigabytes of storage. I don't know how, but I did it. There was a lot of duplicate photos because when you hand your phone to the cast members when they at meet and greets for the characters, they take like 20 photos. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna delete all of them except like 1 or 2, and that's what I did for those. And then I deleted some videos I didn't mean to take. I just started deleting stuff, and I didn't delete a lot now, but I did some. So I did that. I deleted almost all my downloaded music I had for this trip because I used to download music. I don't anymore because it's just taking so much storage, but I downloaded some for this trip, and that had to go. So that was sad. I literally have I think a couple Lady Gaga albums just in case I go to the gym, which I shouldn't, but just in case. But I somehow scrambled together 20 gigabytes. So the reason I'm filming 1080p 60 frames a second is because I have to somehow get 20 gigabytes left. And I don't think it's gonna last this cruise. So the goal is to get to Lisbon. First thing and I do when I get to Lisbon, like when we cross, like before we even dock, the thing to do, buy the plan or like get the plan enabled, start syncing the photos and videos. Because it's going to take a long time. Because there's 600 of them and they're in 4K and 60 frames a second. And oh my god, it's so annoying. So that's the plan. So I have to somehow, some way, try to get 20 gigabytes to work for at least, I mean, I'm in Lisbon in 2 days. But I don't know if I will have all my stuff done by the time we leave Lisbon. So like I have to try to plan 20 gigabytes for like 4 or 5 days. And so, no, like 4 days. So I'm like kind of nervous. But I need to hurry up because I can't be filming a lot. So, I went to the Fire Lake and the Pineapple Plantation in that town. It was incredible. I had such a lovely time. Lake was beautiful. Yeah. We get it. What I was actually I was saying this earlier when I filmed it, but I can't. I cut it because I looked at how much storage it was for like a 5-minute video. It was like 4.5 gigabytes. And there was a whiny baby on the bus, and you would think that when your kid is like 2 years old that you wouldn't take them on a 5-hour tour that is like in nature. You think you wouldn't do that where there's a lot of walking around. Yeah, well they did that. So their baby was whining like half the time, which like you should not have taken your baby. Like if you want to go that bad, you should put him in the nursery baby. Like I can't. But they were at least good about it because they tried their best to handle him as much as possible. Like he would have been whining the whole time if they didn't do anything. It was only like half the time because they tried. So like I appreciate the parents for that, but like you should have known not to take your child. You should have known. So that kind of pissed me off because you probably can hear in my clips. There's like a baby fucking whining or crying, and I'm cursing. I'm sorry, YouTube. I don't care, but that annoyed me. And then I did get a little souvenir because I was originally gonna go off the ship again because I had like an hour and a half to go, but my phone storage. So I got a map. Hold on. I put it over here because I originally filmed this over here. I'm just gonna take everything over here. I hope you can't see it because it's supposed to be a surprise. So I hope you don't see it. You saw that, but I'm about to show you that in a second. Oh no, you weren't. You didn't see that. You didn't see that. Okay. All right. So at the terminal to get back in, they had these maps of Ponta Delgada. So I got one. That's like my souvenir. And then in the duty-free shop, there was a Kinder Surprise egg. There was Kinder Surprise eggs. And, you know, famously in America, they're banned. Because Americans are stupid. Like, we've been new. I'm just playing. But they are banned. And so I was like, I should get one. So I did. And since I had so much in my hands, I did make a dent in it. But it's still going to taste good. So that'd be fun to try. And then last night at the game show, since I like went up there and like you know how you saw Josh do it? Well, I went up there after him. So I also got a free Disney Cruise Line hat and some sunglasses. So shout out to Disney because these are so lit. I love them. I don't know why I'm saying lit. This is not 2016 anymore, but I just feel like I'm saying it, so I'm gonna say it. But yeah, that's all I had to update you on. It's like 3 p.m. We're supposed to leave now, but people were trying to hurry back, so there's a long line to get on the ship. So we're probably going to leave in like a few minutes, and I might film that. But I'm really hungry because I've only had breakfast this morning. I was going to go get lunch at like 1:30, 2, but my phone wanted to play games with me because I'm stupid. It literally is my fault. It is my fault. Like, I know that. But that is what it is. Margarita, cheese, and pepperoni. on the balcony. We're leaving. They're playing the horn. Say goodbye. Look at the water outside. Look how like smooth it is. The ocean is so calm right now. It's actually crazy. Oh, and you can't see it because it's, there we go. Focus was on the glass because it's dirty. But just look at the ocean. Like, oh my God. That is crazy how smooth that is. And if you can see far back there, there's like a cargo ship out there too. Pretty fun. And I swear that's not a bug, that's just literally the glass because this thing hasn't been cleaned in a while. Lovely. Sorry, the quality is so bad. I know filming HD is not fun.
It's not my intention, so I'm sorry.
Just got back to my room from Palo dinner, and it looks like the tail animal is an elephant. That is so cute. And of course, we got the Hershey nuggets. Guys, dinner was good. I feel stuffed. Even though I literally didn't order anything extra, I still feel stuffed, which is crazy. I'm about to change out of this and go have fun. I didn't film it earlier, but after the pool, no, hold on, wait a second. I went to the pool eventually. I got in the hot tub. After that, I showered, went down, got ready for Palo, went down to the tube at like 7:30 and played 2000s music trivia. I did win. I did get 32 out of 40 though, so that's pretty good. But then after that I went to Palo. I didn't film any of it because I was just like in a rush and I was just crazy, but that's what I did. Okay, you can go, girl. All right, here she goes.
You gotta take a big bite.
You have to take a big bite, yeah. You just got all bread, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta really get in there.
Dive in. You need to dive in.
Let's let her eat it.
No.
You don't like it? She said, I'm tired of y'all's processed junk. Okay, it's like 3 in the morning right now. I'm about to go to bed. But that was day 9. I can't believe we're getting in the double digits. It's crazy. Anyways, I have to wake up early tomorrow, like 10 o'clock for the cooking class. I probably should wake up like 9:45. So I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah, I have fun. After Palo, I watched a little bit of the Star Wars episode 3 movie, I believe. Yeah, because they wanted to watch that thing, so I did that. Then we went to water karaoke. I didn't participate because I was feeling tired, and then we just hung out. And that was the night. I tried the Kinder Surprise egg. Scar tried the Uncrustable. She hated the Uncrustable, which I find a little crazy. Kinder Surprise egg, I mean, I liked it because I've had Kinder chocolate before, but it was fun. With the toy inside, it was really fun. So that was my night, or I guess my day, because you've seen all of it.